So when thinking back to the Xbox 360 and how amazing it was and how successful it was, one of the things that comes to mind is how completely easy it was to develop games for, how games ran best on it. Even though the PS3 had some powerful parts inside of it due to the cell processor, but that was also its downfall because the cell processor was very difficult to actually program for. So you didn't see a lot of developers, especially third-party developers, take advantage of that. Most of the time you saw worse performing versions on the PS3, and you can look at like games like Bayonetta, the Orange Box, Skyrim, among many others that in a lot of ways were almost unplayable on the PlayStation 3. This gen, Microsoft took a little bit of a leap back with the Xbox One due to the fact that they had some complicated ESRAM and things like that, and it wasn't as powerful. And the PS4 was, technically easier to develop for, so a lot of developers developed for the PS4, and that's understandable. Now, with the Xbox Scorpio coming out, we've heard from developers that have actually said that the Xbox Scorpio is going to win back all the developers. It's going to be the go-to platform, the lead platform for games, for multiple reasons. It's easy to develop for. It's basically PC coding. It's super easy to port things to. Obviously, there's no more ESRAM on that as well. With the developer documents that not only I have but others as well, it's basically down to one push buttons and it'll code a game for the Xbox One or the Scorpio slash PC or whatever. So they've really simplified it and made things easy. The DirectX 12 commands down to like 11 from thousands and built right into the console itself. So I think that that's really going to help out tremendously. But the thing that you have to keep in mind as well is the fact that the Xbox Scorpio, being lead platform, is going to be the showcase for the console. I know that everybody wants to talk about exclusives and things like that, and those are important in my opinion. They've always been important. That's the reason why we buy these consoles, right? Like, if you didn't have them, we wouldn't buy them. That's just the truth. If there was no exclusives, then, nobody would buy these consoles. And I'm not talking about PC because, again, I don't really consider the PC to be in competition with consoles. I think that they're different audiences, different everything, and that's why I'm perfectly okay with Sony putting their exclusives on Windows 10 and Microsoft doing the same too. It's just that those aren't really going to compete with anybody in the console space. Now with Scorpio, obviously that could actually attract some PC people, and I think it will, but we also have to keep in mind that having the best versions of multiplat games going forward is really going to help Microsoft, and having them say that the Xbox Scorpio is easier to develop for than the PS4, I think that's going to help them to get maybe possibly some console exclusives down the line, or games first, even smaller games, right? Because we know AAA games are probably going to come to both, and at the same time, because those developers can handle it. But what we've seen so far with some of the AA games and things like that, and even some of the indies, is the fact that Sony and the PS4 will get those versions first. They get the versions first or whatever. So what we have to keep in mind is that might change now. With the Xbox One being the lead platform on most games, it's obviously going to have games that run better and things like that. So that's a lot to take in. That's a complete turnaround within the middle of a generation, because it wasn't like that to start with. We all know that the PS4 was the preferred platform, and so with things going over to Xbox now, I think that that's going to go a long way in keeping the Xbox relevant and keeping Xbox in people's homes and making that a viable product. And it's all very exciting, you know what I mean? Because we can see the developers, when they actually do take the time to put the effort in on the Xbox One, those games can look gorgeous and beautiful too. So imagine what they can do with that, with the Xbox Scorpio, with all that power. I mean, it just blows my mind to think what we're going to see. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Let me know what you guys think, man. Are you guys looking forward to this stuff? Are you excited, man? I'm loving all the compliments on the videos. Over 30,000 subscribers. Phenomenal. Very appreciative. I'm going to think of something nice to do for you guys. Let me know. Please hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoy the content. It helps out the channel tremendously, and it means a lot to me. Thank you guys for watching. Rack 'em up. Crapgamer out.